So today's class is Yin Yoga for the back. I'm super excited to teach this class. Hey everyone, so we're gonna go ahead and get started. So welcome for those new members of the Shri Life. Welcome, I'm so glad that you're here. For those returning members, I want to thank you for your support. Okay, so I already mentioned that you want to grab some props. So I'm sitting down on a yoga mat. I'm set up near a wall. I have some yoga blocks. Now, if you don't have yoga blocks, make sure you grab a pile of beach towels or flat blankets. And you want some beach towels or blankets, even if you do have yoga blocks as well. Grab a strap or a belt. We might need it, we might not. It's best to have it near you, okay? And we're gonna go ahead and get started. Now, if you have a great difficulty getting up and down from the floor, you can do these exercises for the most part laying in your bed. It's just gonna be a little bit more difficult because the bed's so soft. Okay, we're gonna start laying on our back, all right? We're gonna do a brief warm up. So Yin Yoga is all about getting into a pose and holding it. So I want to warm up the spine just a little bit before we get into the static holds, okay? So we're gonna start laying on the back. Right, and I want everybody to ground down their left leg, keep it straight, and pull in the right. If you have any back pain, you're welcome to bend that other leg up. Otherwise, ground it down. So go ahead, pull the leg in and release. And just go ahead and do the left side. So pull the left knee in towards your chest and release. Go ahead, grab the right knee. Now pull it towards the left shoulder for me. Pull it in and release. Grab the left knee, pull it towards the right shoulder and release. Now grab hold of the right knee, pull it towards the outside of the rib cage and release. Grab hold of the left leg, pull it towards the outside of the rib cage and release. Okay, we're gonna do that one more time. So this time grab hold of the right knee, pull it in, try to bring your nose towards your knee and release it down. Same thing on the left side, ground on the right, pull in the left, nose towards the knee and release. Okay. Grab hold of the right knee, pull it towards the left shoulder, nose towards the knee, and release. Grab hold of the left, pull it towards the right shoulder, nose towards the knee, release. Grab hold of the right, pull it towards the outside of the rib cage as you ground down the left side, and release. Grab hold of the left leg, pull it towards the outside of the rib cage as you ground down the right. Okay, and just release. Now we're just gonna roll onto our bellies and start the first posture. So just come onto the elbows. So I want you to get active through your legs. So push down through the feet, push the pelvis down, pull the chest through, relax your shoulders, relax the head, and just breathe here. So nice long deep breath in through the nose and long deep breath out. And this is our first pose, so we're going to be here for a little bit, but I want everyone to keep it active. So ground down the tops of the feet, push the pelvis down, pull the chest through. Try to keep the shoulders away from the ears. I don't want you to strain your neck, so you're either going to look straight down or you're gently going to look over the nose and breathe. So I want you to take a long, deep breath in through the nose And a long, deep breath out through the nose. Nice, steady breathing. Try to keep the feet active by splaying out the toes and pushing them down. This activates our core locks and it helps prevent us from injuring the back. Gently push the pelvis down. Now, if this is too much, you're gently just going to come on down and rest your forehead onto the hands. If your back's doing okay, we're going to just stay in this position. So take your attention to the back of your neck and the shoulders. Make sure that they're relaxed. And it's as if we're taking the sternum, it's as if we're taking the chest and gently pulling it through the arms. So as you inhale, gently try to pull a little bit more. As you exhale, release the pelvis down, stay grounded in the feet. Nice, steady breathing. This is a nice opportunity to reverse all the flexion in our spine from our day-to-day activities, from sitting in a chair and working on the computer, driving in our car. This is the exact opposite. Go ahead and do a body scan. Remind yourself about the feet, splaying out the toes, grounding them down, pushing the pelvis down. Try to relax, take the tension out of the shoulders, take the tension out of the back of the neck, relax your jaw, and just keep breathing. Long, deep breath in through the nose and long, deep breath out. Just a few more moments here. Your mind wanders off, just bring it back to your breathing. Okay, great. And we're gently just gonna push back. So we're now gonna do a counter pose. We're gonna do child's pose. So if you have some knee issues, number one, you can pad the knees. So take one of those blankets and pad the knees. Now, if you have trouble sinking all the way back because of some joint issues in the knee, this is where you're going to take another blanket. We're going to take it and you want to come up into a high kneeling position, and I want you to take it and bring it right into the crease. And as you sink back, you won't come into as much knee flexion. So since we're going to be in this position for a while, make sure you get into a position with the knees that's sustainable. Now, if you're an individual that has had total knee replacements, you're going to do the exact same thing, but you want to make sure the tops of the knees are hanging off the blanket on the bottom. All right, and you're gonna really pad yourself up so you don't have to come into so much knee flexion. So that's a safe way you can still come into a kneeling position if you had the joints replaced. All right, so if you're good with your knees, we're gonna come on down. We're gonna reach forward towards the top of our mat, and we're gonna relax the head all the way down. So if your head does not meet the floor, this is where you can grab one of your yoga blocks and rest the forehead down, or you can grab a pillow, or you can grab one of your blankets and roll it up, okay? If you have enough mobility, you're gonna relax the head all the way down as you reach forward. And take it back to the breath. Long, deep breath in through the nose, and long, deep breath out. So breathing in and breathing out. So as you inhale, maybe try walking the arms out a little bit longer, and as you exhale, try to sink down a little bit lower. Once again, I want you to take your attention to the back of the neck and try to release. Try to relax the shoulders, try to relax the neck. Let all the weight of the head just ground down into the floor. If you need to grab a block or a blanket to support it, that is just fine. So long, deep breath in as you're reaching forward. Long, deep breath out as you relax on down. Nice, steady breathing. Okay, everyone, so I want you to gently walk your hands over to the left. Try to keep the head nice and relaxed. So now we're going to get a right side body stretch. Take it back to the breathing. Long, deep breath in through the nose. Long, deep breath up. Try to keep the head completely relaxed down onto the floor. So as you inhale, maybe try to walk a little bit further, and as you exhale, just sink on down. Maybe try to reach a little bit more with that right hand to give yourself a little bit more of a stretch. Nice, steady, easy breaths. Long, deep breath in, long, deep breath out. All right, and we're going to come back to center, and now we're going to walk the hands to the right. Again, try to keep the head relaxed down. As you inhale, walk out as much as you can or as much as you can tolerate. As you exhale, sink it on down. Maybe try to walk out a little bit more with that left hand so you get a nice long left body stretch. Breathing in and breathing out. If the mind wanders off, which is completely normal, just take it back to your breath. Maybe take it back to those areas that you're feeling some tension, and try to breathe into those areas, letting the body just try to relax. Now gently walk the hands back to center. And very gently just walk yourself back up. Okay, great. So now we're going to lay on our back for the next posture. We will need our yoga block for this one. If you don't have a yoga block, then you're going to take a blanket and you're going to roll it up for me just so you can prop yourself up a little bit. All right. All right, so I'm going to take hold of my block. So if you have a sensitive back,
If you have a back that it doesn't take much to flare it up or irritate it, you're going to keep it at the block at its very lowest setting, which is flat like this. Now, if your back's not too bad, but maybe is a little bit on the iffy side, then you can maybe try a little bit higher. And if you have no issues with the back and you're a great back bender, you're going to do what I do, which is nice and high. So flat for sensitive back, this position if you're a little bit iffy, and super high if you're nice and bendy and have no back issues. All right. So we're going to lay on down, and depending on what level, we're going to take our block and we're going to set it up right at the level of our sacrum. That's the flat part of the spine. So to give you, if you're still confused where you put the edge of the block, that's going to be kind of lining up right at the crack of our bum, okay? And from here, we're going to spread the legs apart and try to straighten out the legs. Now, if you're already experiencing back pain, take the block down lower. If you're still experiencing back pain with the block, use a blanket, all right? And same thing with the blanket, you're just lining it up with the crease of the bum crack, okay? Which is this area of the level of the sacrum. All right, so make sure your head's relaxed. If you need to grab a pillow, make sure the shoulders are relaxed, the legs are straight, and they're spread apart. Now, if this feels okay for you, start to gently walk the feet towards one another. If it is too much on the spine, keep the legs spread out. So you get to decide how intense we're going to make this. If your back's okay, if it's nice and bendy, you're going to walk the feet as close as you can, maybe all the way towards one another. All right, if that's too much, then just spread the feet apart. All right, so try to keep the legs straight. Keep the feet active. So flex the feet, have them pointing straight up towards the ceiling. And nice steady breaths. So try to relax the shoulders, relax the head. This one's definitely a little bit more intense, especially if you have the block on the highest setting. All right, but it should not increase pain. A nice deep stretch is good. Pain is not. So breathing in through the nose and up through the nose. So try to keep the legs active, very gently pushing the legs down and gently rolling the inner thighs in towards one another. Toes are pointing straight up towards the ceiling. Try to splay out the toes so we get a stretch into the foot, that whole leg. All right, if you're doing okay, you can maybe try to take the feet closer together. If not, spread them apart. And just breathe here. Just breathe into the intensity. Try to keep the legs active. Try to very gently roll the inner thighs inward, but relax the shoulders, relax the head. Okay, from here, I want you to start to walk the feet out if they're all the way together. All right, now if you're on the block with its highest setting or even the medium setting, I don't want you to immediately pull the block out. We're going to bend the knees and we're going to turn the block to its lowest setting first and come on down. We're going to let the spine adjust. All right, so I want you to try to flatten the back and pull the belly in. And then release. Do a couple of these where you're basically rocking the spine. So flatten the back, pull the belly in, and release. We're bringing some flexion after we just did all that extension. Pull in the belly, flatten the back, and release. And one more of those.
Flatten the back, pull the belly in, and release. Okay, and let's just remove the block and sink all the way down. And we're gonna do a couple more of those pelvic rocks. So flatten the back, pull the belly in, and release it. Flatten the back, pull the belly in, release. And one more, flatten the back, pull the belly in. So bringing some flexion after all that extreme extension. All right, so walk your feet all the way together and let's roll all the way onto our right side. So now we're going to do a counter pose. So make sure your head's relaxed. You can rest it on your right arm, or you can grab a pillow, you can grab a block. All right, so the right shoulder is about at 90 degrees. Bring your hands together so they meet. And now we're gonna just open up. All right, and gently twisting towards the left as the knees stay to the right. Now, if this is too much on the spine, some things that you can do, you can put a block or a blanket in between the legs. You can also put a blocker blanket underneath the legs so you're not getting so much rotation. So make sure that you're in a position that's sustainable for a few minutes. And just try to relax. So I want you to take your head and turn it the opposite direction of the legs. So take your hands and have them so that they're palms down on the floor. Spread out the fingers nice and wide. If you need to make any adjustments, if you're feeling discomfort, go ahead and do so now. And just take your attention to your breath. So the twist comes from the rib cage. So as you breathe in, think about expanding the rib cage front to back, side to side, and exhale, just release, maybe sink a little bit deeper into the posture. So long deep breath in through the nose, really expanding through the rib cage. And exhale, long deep breath out of the nose. Try to relax, let the whole body sink down into the floor. Okay, and from here, we're just gonna come back to that neutral position. And we're gonna let our legs, we're gonna just roll onto our left side completely. So the left arm comes all the way out at a 90-degree angle. The right hand comes out to meet it, and we're just gonna open up. So the legs stay right, or the legs stay left as the head turns towards the right. So palms down, spread the fingers, make all the adjustments you need to get into a position that's sustainable for you. Long deep breath in through the nose, long deep breath out. Again, the twist is coming from the rib cage. So as you breathe in, think about expanding from there. And as you exhale, just release, sink a little bit deeper down into the pose. Make sure the head's relaxed, the neck's relaxed, and the shoulders are relaxing down into the mat or into the floor. Mind begins to wander, just take it back. Get back to the breath. Take it back to the body. Take it back to those areas that feel a little bit tense. And just bring the legs back to center. Okay. And we're going to do another extension pose. So we're going to need our block again. So you're going to also need a pillow or another block because we're going to have to support the head. So you want to take your block and you want to line it up with the length of the spine. So we're going to put it right in between the shoulder blades. If that's too intense, you can turn the block so it's a little bit flatter. You can also roll up a blanket. If you're using a blanket, roll it up and have it lengthwise just along the spine. Right. And as we release, we want to make sure the head is supported. So this is where another yoga block is going to come in, or a blanket, or you can grab a pillow. Make sure your neck is just not dangling. All right. So the legs are straight. If you're having any back pain, you can bend the knees up and take some of the pressure off the back. Otherwise, straighten out the legs for me. So we're going to bring the arms out. Again, at that 90-degree angle, but this time palms up. I want you to spread the fingers apart and gently push them down into the mat. Let the chest open up from here, and we're just going to breathe, okay? So opening up that thoracic spine, opening up the rib cage. Nice steady breathing. Breathing in through the nose and out through the nose. So spreading the fingers apart, push the fingers down into the floor. So we're stretching out all those nerves that run down, all the way down into the fingers. And since we are stretching the rib cage and the thoracic spine, take your breath to this area. So as you inhale, really try to expand through the ribs, both front to back and side to side, really opening up. And then take a long, controlled, deep breath out through the nose. If your mind wanders off, bring it back to the breath, bring it back to trying to expand and open up through the ribs and the thoracic spine. This is another great opportunity to reverse all the flexion throughout our days.
Spreading the fingers apart, pushing them down into the floor, and just breathing here. Just taking a few more breaths here. All right, so if your legs are straight, I want you to bend them up for me. And we're very gently going to roll onto our right side, coming off of our blocks. And just use your arm as a pillow, relax the head down. Just going to take a few moments here. And gently push yourself back up. All right, everyone, so we're going to use the wall next. So you want your feet towards the wall. And we're going to come into a figure 4 position. All right. And I'm going to have you take so do that on the right side, so we're all synchronized here. So take your right hand, bring it between the hole here, and the left arm's going to come around. All right. And if that's too much, you can use a strap to help hold your leg. And then we're going to place the left foot onto the wall to help us hold this position. So you might need to just keep scooching a little bit closer to the wall in order to help you hold this position, right? So once you're in this position, go ahead and relax the shoulders down. If you're not able to relax the shoulders, then you can use a strap, or you can just not use anything at all, all right? So relaxing the shoulders, relaxing the back of the head, and just breathe here. So long, deep breath in, long, deep breath out. We're stretching out the hip external rotators, which can influence how our back is feeling. This can take a lot of pressure off the low back itself. And we're just using the wall as a support. If this doesn't feel like it's doing much, you can always just go into pulling the leg up a little bit closer using your hands or using the strap to get a little bit more intense of a stretch. Or you can continue to use the support of the wall. Either way is just fine. And you can try to pull the leg in for a little while, take a few breaths here, and go back to using the support of the wall. But once again, try to keep the head relaxed, try to keep the shoulders relaxed so they're not straining. So that right foot, keep it flexed, keep the leg a little bit more on the active side. And keep a slight pull into the belly. And just breathe. Long deep breath in. And long deep breath out.
Maybe pull the leg in towards the chest. Get a little bit more of a deeper stretch these last few breaths. Keeping the feet active while you do so. And very gently release. We're just going to switch sides. So let the left leg butterfly out. Come onto the wall. So bring the left arm through the hole. Use the right arm to join it. So activate that left leg. Relax the shoulders, relax the head once you're in the position. If you need to use a strap to hold on to, that is perfectly fine. If you want more intensity, then just use your arms to gently pull that right knee towards the chest. And just breathe here. Do keep the feet active. Otherwise, just use the support of the wall to help you here. Get back to your breath. Those areas of tension, try to breathe into that area. If you're having some discomfort, try to breathe into that area. These last few moments, if you want to pull it in and give it a little bit more intensity, keep the feet active, and just breathe here. And very gently release. Okay, we're just going to back it up. We're going to stay on our backs. So grab one of your yoga blocks for me. So easy version is the block flat. If you want a little bit more, then bring it to that medium position. And if you're nice, flexy and bendy, take it to the highest position you get to choose. We're going to bring it back into that same position right at our sacrum. We're going to keep the knees bent up, and we're just going to do what's called a supportive bridge. So if this version all the way up is too much, then take the block maybe a little bit lower, or you can even take it down to its lowest position. All of these are just fine. If you have a little bit more flexible in the back, you can bring it up into the highest position, so keeping the knees bent up. So I want everybody to ground down their heels and shoot the shins forward. Gently, very gently, start to spin the inner thighs in towards one another. Keep the head relaxed. Keep the face relaxed, keep the shoulders relaxed. And we're just going to hang out in the supported bridge. Keep a little tuck in the belly as well. And try as best you can, try not to squeeze or clench the bum. Try to relax the bum as you're doing this. Activate the legs though. So how we're going to activate our legs is we're going to ground down the heels. We're going to shoot the shins forward. We're very gently going to spin the inner thighs towards one another. We're going to relax the shoulders. We're going to take the tension out of our jaw. We're going to relax the face. And just breathe here. Nice steady breaths. Taking a long, deep breath in through the nose and a long, deep breath out. Go ahead and do a body scan. See what your feet are doing. Are they staying active? Are you gently shooting those shins forward? Are you gently rolling the inner thighs towards one another? The shoulders relaxed. Is the jaw relaxed? Relax the toes down. All right, so if your block is on its highest setting, I want you to turn it all the way flat. If you're already on the flat setting, you can remove the block. Right. And from here, we're going to do a couple of those pelvic rocks. So flatten the back, pull the belly in, and release. Do a couple right here, just so we introduce some flexion back into the spine. Okay. And then from here, we can remove the block, and we're going to do a couple more rocks. So flatten the back, pull the belly in, and release. And again, let's just rock a couple times. This is just to bring some flexion back into our spine, okay? So take hold of the knees, gently pull them in towards the chest. I want you to rock side to side. Let the back just release and relax. Gently try to bring the nose towards the knees, getting a nice flexion stretch there. And relax the head. And from here, switch so you're rocking forward and back. So you can come back to a seat. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the class. I hope your back feels amazing. So next week's class will be Yin Yoga for the legs. I hope you can join me then. All right, have a lovely Sunday. Thank you so much. Namaste.